as like with my other fact or crap video, I'll be reading off little statements that you can try to guess if they are true statements or false. In my last video, there wasn't really a pause after I asked the question when I answered it, so this time I'll make it like 3 seconds. That way people who don't care about guessing can just watch the video without too long of an interruption. Now then, on to the questions. Blizzard originally wanted to add demon hunters as a playable class as early back as vanilla, but never got around to it. Crap. The biggest support to this theory is the picture on the original WoW box cover art, which features a night elf that looks awfully similar to a demon hunter. But the fact of the matter is, no demon hunter class was ever in any alpha or beta builds, and Blizzard's response to the question has always been sketchy at best. Plus, we already have demonology warlocks, who are basically the same thing. Azshara Crater was supposed to be a battleground that played in a similar style to Dota or League, which is the reason why it was a barren wasteland until Cataclysm. Fact, this zone was almost universally skipped until they finally put a meaningful quest in there with the revamp in Cataclysm. But even then, Blizzard still wanted to put in the Dota-style battleground and even talked about it at 2011's BlizzCon. The dance studio was supposed to make a comeback as a garrison building according to some early beta footage. Crap, Blizzard scrapped the dance studio a while ago. They just like to poke fun at it sometimes. In vanilla, there used to be a gated off instance in both of the main cities, which could only be opened if you reached a certain rank in PvP. Fact, but the room still looked exactly the same, except with a few extra NPCs selling additional stuff. Blizzard had plans to introduce Guild Hall shortly after Vanilla WoW's release, which would be an instanced room only guild members could access. Fact, although they also said the same thing about player housing, which was also never put in, unless you count garrisons, of course. Blizzard had plans for an Eye of Azshara expansion, which would be the South Seas expansion that had been rumored since before Vanilla WoW. Crap. While never confirmed as of making this video, the plan for this was to have Queen Azshara come out of the sea and finally do something, with also a return of Illidan for some reason. Blizzard had plans for an adventure mode in WoW, similar to Hearthstone, except the concept for adventures was to complete an entire zone's quest and auto-level to an appropriate level once you unlock the next zone, as well as being auto-level to appropriate level if you decide to enter a dungeon. Crap, there were never any plans like this, although I did find this interesting idea from a Reddit thread. Blizzard had intended there to be aerial combat and Wrath of the Lich King as a key part of the Wintergrass battleground. Fact, it was even on the box of Wrath of the Lich King, like Dance Studio, although thankfully it was never put in the game because aerial combat in WoW is terrible. There was once a feature in the game that made all warlocks obsolete, and this feature was universally loved by every player in the game, and was eventually removed for literally no reason. Fact, of course, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Back in Cataclysm, there was this guild perk called Have Group Will Travel, which summoned everyone in your raid to your location and was super convenient. It was sadly removed after its introduction for being just too darn convenient. Kinda like guild cauldrons. Remember those? The feast equivalent to flasks? In Cataclysm, Blizzard had plans for a unique 3-boss dungeon called Tomb of Immortal Darkness, which would be completely dark and need special items and class abilities to navigate your way through. Crap. This was all part of an April Fool's Day joke around the time games like Amnesia were popular. Although this is still a really awesome idea and I would actually super love to do a dungeon like this. So how do you think you did with this video? Some of those were pretty easy, but I did throw in a few curveballs there and there. Here and there, not there and there. That doesn't even make sense. If you got them all right, you should congratulate yourself by giving this video a thumbs up. Also, hit that random button. It'll show you a video from one of my other channels. I'm going to be adding these to my videos from now on. The random button will just be a video from one of my new channels.